Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the 7 wastes of lean manufacturing. Now, what exactly are these wastes? In simple terms, they are any activities within a production process that consume resources but do not any value for the customer. Think about it. Anything your customer isn't willing to pay for is essentially waste. The concept comes from the Toyota production system, a genius framework designed to maximize efficiency and value. By identifying and eliminating these 7 wastes, you can dramatically boost your productivity, cut costs, and improve quality. So, if you're ready to make your operations leaner, meaner, and more profitable, you're in the right place. The 7 wastes are often remembered by the acronym TIMWOOD, which makes it super easy to recall them. T stands for transportation, I for inventory, M for motion, W for waiting. The first O for overproduction, the second O for overprocessing, and finally D for defects. Each one of these represents a specific area where value is lost. We'll go through each of them one by one, and I'll give you concrete examples from the garment industry to show you just how they impact production. So let's jump into the first waste. Transportation. Transportation waste refers to the unnecessary movement of materials, products, or information from one location to another. In a garment factory, this is everywhere. Every single move takes time, requires labor, and uses equipment like trolleys or carts. More importantly, it adds 0 value to the final shirt or dress. The customer doesn't care how many times you moved the fabric around. Worse, excessive transportation increases the risk of damage. A well-designed U-shaped production line, for instance, can drastically cut down the distance materials need to travel. By minimizing transportation, you free up workers' time, reduce the chance of quality issues, and speed up the entire production flow. Next up is I for inventory. This is a big one. Inventory waste refers to any excess stock, whether it's raw materials, work in progress, or finished goods that isn't actively being processed. In the garment industry, you'll see this as huge stockpiles of fabric, zippers, and threads, or racks upon racks of half-stitched garments waiting between sewing operations. You might think having extra stock is a good safety measure, but it's actually a huge drain on your resources. First, excess inventory ties up your cash. That money could be invested elsewhere in your business. Second, it takes up valuable floor space that could be used for production. Third, it requires management. You need people to count it, move it, and keep track of it. And finally, it hides other problems. If you have a massive buffer of work in progress, it's hard to spot bottlenecks in your sewing line. The solution is to move towards a just-in-time or JIT system, where materials arrive just as they are needed for production. By reducing inventory, you free up cash, expose production issues so you can fix them, and make your entire operation more agile and responsive to customer demand. Now, let's talk about M4 motion. This waste is all about the unnecessary movement of people. Motion waste is about the extra steps, reaching, bending, and turning that workers have to do to perform their tasks. Think of a sewing machine operator who has to constantly get up to retrieve bundles of cut fabric, or repeatedly reach far away for their scissors or other tools. All these little movements add up, causing fatigue and wasting precious seconds that could be spent on value-adding work. To tackle motion waste, we can use principles of ergonomics and workstation design. Designing ergonomic sewing tables that reduce bending and reaching can improve both comfort and speed. The fourth waste is W4 waiting. This is one of the easiest to spot. Waiting is any idle time that occurs when a process has to stop because the next step is unready. In a garment factory, this happens all the time. The primary cause of waiting is an unbalanced production line. If one operation is much slower than the others, it creates a bottleneck, causing subsequent stations to wait. To eliminate this waste, you need to balance your production line. This involves timing each operation or process, called time study, and distributing the work evenly among operators. This ensures a smooth, continuous flow of production. Our fifth waste, and a particularly damaging one, is overproduction. Overproduction means producing more than what is immediately needed by the next process or the customer. When you overproduce, you create excess inventory, which then needs to be transported and stored. The key to combating overproduction is to shift from a push system, where you produce based on forecasts, to a pull system. This drastically reduces inventory, frees up capital, and makes your entire operation leaner and more responsive to real demand. Next, we have overprocessing. This is a subtle but significant waste. Overprocessing means doing more work on a product than what is required by the customer. It's about adding features or quality checks that the customer doesn't value or is unwilling to pay for. For example, using an extremely high stitch pinch count on an internal seam that is never seen and doesn't affect the garment's durability. This waste stems from a lack of clear standards or a misunderstanding of customer requirements. To eliminate it, you need to have a crystal clear understanding of what your customer truly values. By simplifying designs and standardizing processes to meet, but not needlessly exceed, customer expectations, you can save significant time, material, and labor. Finally, we arrive at the seventh waste: defects. Defects are any products that don't meet the quality specifications. Defects are a major source of waste because they require rework, which costs extra time and labor. Furthermore, defects disrupt the production flow and can even lead to delayed shipments and unhappy customers if they slip through quality control. The lean approach to defects is not just about catching them at the final inspection, it's about preventing them from happening in the first place. For example, using sewing guides that ensure straight seams. Regular machine maintenance, proper operator training, and clear work instructions are also essential. So, there you have it. The 7 wastes of lean manufacturing Timwood. As you can see, these wastes are all interconnected. Create a culture where everyone is empowered to spot waste and suggest solutions. Remember, Lean is not a one-time project. It's a journey of continuous improvement. Start small, pick one area, and see the difference it makes. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope this detailed breakdown of the 7 wastes has given you some valuable insights and practical ideas you can implement in your own operations.